Hey everyone, Tim here. Just got my last card in from Chaos Rising, so I thought I'd make a video, go through my thoughts about the set, whether I like it for collecting, investing, all of those sorts of things, and talk about my strategy too for how I collected it. We'll also walk through my completed binder so you guys can see all the artwork, and I'll go through them kind of one by one and explain more about the artwork. So what did I think about Chaos Rising? Overall, I really like the set. I think the artwork is great. It has a really good chase card in the Greninja, and there's some really good illustration rares as well. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good overall set. It's not like a crazy Ascended Heroes style set or anything, but you know, it gets the job done. And where do I think it'll rank long term? Probably like mid to high, similar to like Twilight Masquerade, for instance. It has the Greninja, it's still the same. May not be top tier, but yeah, still I think solid A-list. So yeah, what was my strategy for collecting? Well, for this set, I was actually in Japan when Ninja Spinner came out, which is the Japanese equivalent to Chaos Rising. So I picked up most of the art rares while I was over there. I actually pulled the Ampharos as well from a booster pack. So yeah, I collected most of it in Japanese, and then for the Greninja SIR or special art rare, which is what they call it in Japan, I was going to collect that in Japanese, but it's actually really expensive. I guess Greninja is a pretty popular Pokemon over there, so I actually ended up picking it up in traditional Chinese, which traditional Chinese similarly follows the same release schedule as Japanese, and it also has really good print quality too. I think they're printed in the same print facility, so it also has that really good texture, which I'll show you guys when I walk through the binder later. But yeah, it's great. So yeah, I got that in traditional Chinese, and then primarily the rest of them in Japanese. Yeah, and what's my strategy for investing? As always, I did the typical 2 PC ETBs from Pokemon Center, along with 2 booster bundles and then the booster box. That's kind of just my go-to going forward, because you get MSRP, which is such a good deal in this crazy market. But yeah, am I buying any more besides that at market price? Probably not. I just think currently with the way the market is, especially for new sets, the market price is just so overinflated right out the gate. There's not a ton of room there to grow. You know, maybe long term, you know, if 5 to 10 years, if that's, you know, what you're looking at for your time horizon, maybe it'll work out for you. But for me, I'm rather invest in like PSA 10s, or some other like older sealed too. So, which I'll probably do a video about why I'm investing more in PSA 10s going forward. But yeah, stay tuned for that. And what am I looking at as far as PSA 10s from the set? Well, primarily probably the illustration rares, which I'll go through the artwork, so the ones I'm really liking in PSA 10. So probably like the Froakie, the Chespin, the Fennekin. Those are great artwork that I think they'll do well long term. They're also starters too, so you can't go wrong with starters for that. Yeah, so let's just get into the binder video, and I'll talk more about the artwork as we go through. Okay. All right, so here's the complete set. As you can see, it's a pretty small set, so kind of nice being a collector like that. You know, there's not a ton of cards. There's only 4 Pokemon SIRs, so yeah, pretty small overall. I'll just walk through each of them. This Fennekin in English is an ETB promo, but it's really great even in Japanese. Saitoma, I think is how you pronounce this. This one's great. I'll be looking at collecting some PSA 10s for this as well for the investment. Next we have the Chespin. This one is one of my favorites ones. This is done by Atsushi Furusawa, which is one of my favorite artists. You know, really cool with the background and the tree. Looks like he's living in the forest there. So yeah, I love this one. Also be looking at PSA 10 copies in the future. Yeah, and then this Ampharos is another great one. I pulled this in Japan actually from a Ninja Spinner booster pack that I got from the Pokemon Center. So this one's really cool. You know, I wasn't initially into collecting in Japanese, but you know, the print quality is really good and they look just super similar to the English. So for, you know, sometimes less than half the price. So yeah, I primarily switched from collecting in English to Japanese, traditional Chinese, Korean, Indonesian even. You know, I mostly care about the artwork. So so yeah, this one is great. I'll be looking at some PSA 10s for this one as well, but looks super great in the binder for Japanese. And primarily when I invest in PSA 10s, I do it in English, just because I'm more familiar with the market in English. So primarily, you know, collect in other languages now, but still invest in English. So yeah. This Xerneas here is really cool as well. Really unique artwork. Not my favorite. I probably won't pick any PSA 10s up in that one, but yeah, this Claydol here is also really cool. Not the most popular Pokemon, but really good artwork. Crobat as well. He's in the cityscape here. So yeah, really nice card. Not the most popular Pokemon, but you know, some people gotta love Crobat out there. Matang. Almost completed the trio for Beldum to Metagross here, but yeah, this one's cool. Nice artwork. Not super popular Pokemon, but it's nice when the middle stages get some love too. Same with the Sliggoo. I actually really like this one, and I'll probably pick up some PSA 10s in English if I find them for a good price. Artwork on this one's just really good. So yeah, it's kind of like a rain scene there. Yeah, I really like this one. Let's see here, we have the Tauros. So yeah, this Tauros is great. Nagano's the artist here. I don't really know their work that much, but you know, super great artwork. And I'll be looking to invest in some PSA 10s of this one as well. You know, it's a Gen 1 Pokemon, so always super popular. And yeah, just the artwork is really great. You have the tree like in the background. Yeah, this is great. This and the Paldean Tauros from Paldea Evolved are you know, really great artwork. So, and if you guys remember, like Gen 1 Red and Blue Safari Zone Tauros, that was always a challenging one to get, so it's kind of a nostalgia trip there too. This next one here, so we have the Watchog. This one's kind of like Legends EA in Lumio City here. Yeah, this one's just cool artwork. Not super popular Pokemon, so probably won't invest in it, but yeah, it's just great to see. Next one here, this is a special illustration rare, SAR, aka special art rare in Japanese, SAR. So this one, I'll show you the texture on it. In person, the texture is really good. Yeah, the texture on these Japanese and traditional Chinese cards is just out of this world. Better than English even, so. And, you know, usually cheaper than English, so it's a nice deal to have for sure. But the colors and the texture on this one just pop. This one is by T0, so this is one of my favorite artists as well. T0 is great. And, you know, Mega Floette was a really big part of Legends EA game. So, yeah, this one's great. Just love this artwork. Very vibrant. Yeah. Next we have, I think you pronounce it Mega Dragalge. This one's another special illustration rare, special art rare, with really great texture in Japanese. Little busy, but, you know, for my taste, but still pretty cool. The colors are, you know, super vibrant and neon. This is a Mega Pokemon as well. Yeah, this one's great. Next we have the Froakie line, the connecting artwork, so you can see they all connect. Yeah, and it's great. Even the Greninja here has or the Mega Greninja has a regular Greninja in the background as well. So I'll go through each of them really quick here too. This Froakie, I love the artwork. I'll probably be looking to invest in this one. and a PSA 10 in English. Primarily when I'm investing, I'll invest in illustration rares because yeah, they're typically a little bit harder to grade in 10s, so a little bit more difficult gem rate. Mega Evolution, they have a little bit better print quality, so the gem rate's a little bit higher than, say, Scarlet and Violet, but you know, still really really good to invest in my opinion. So yeah, this artist is Maya. I'm not super familiar with their artwork, but really cool here. You can see the Japanese has the different back compared to English, but I'll show you the Chinese back as well. So yeah, this one's great. The Frogadier is actually one of my favorites as well. You know, the colors on this one are just amazing. And you have the transition here from the water shuriken, riding the wave. So yeah, this one's really cool. Yeah, middle stage Evo, nice to get the love. And then this is the Mega Greninja. So this one, I'll take it out here. This is a traditional Chinese. I think it's Ninja Spinner as well in traditional Chinese. They typically follow the same set pattern as Japanese, but it actually, you'll see, has the English back here. So yeah, traditional Chinese is great. You'll notice that simplified Chinese is also starting to come out. They're a little bit behind the set release calendar as traditional Chinese. Traditional Chinese, I think, is Taiwan, maybe Hong Kong. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but yeah, simplified Chinese is more the mainland China, and so they just announced their version of Prismatic Evolutions. So you know, they're catching up slowly, but they also have some really cool exclusives in simplified Chinese that I'll go over as well. But yeah, this artwork's super cool. The texture is just as good in simplified Chinese as in Japanese, and really pops. I think I like this one more than the Twilight Masquerade Greninja too. The colors are just really good on this one. So yeah, great card here. And yeah, the way I lined up my binder too, I wanted the connecting artwork, so I didn't do it in typical set order. I kind of took some liberties with the way that it looked. And then the Minccino here, or Cinccino. Yeah, this one, really great texture. The colors pop also. Yeah, another cutesy card. Yeah, this one's great. And yeah, shout out to Crystal Collects is a great source of information. Get a lot of information from her about like traditional Chinese, traditional or simplified Chinese as well. So she also lists some upcoming sets too. So people always ask me, you know, where do you get these Japanese or traditional Chinese cards? You know, if you're not going to Japan, and the answer is typically just on eBay. You know, there's a lot of good vendors on eBay. You just have to be very careful and look at the reviews and make sure it's a reputable seller. But you know, otherwise it's not too bad. So yeah, cool. So this is my Chaos Rising, aka Ninja Spinner set. Thanks guys for watching. Appreciate it. Super new content creator. So if you like this, please consider subscribing or liking or sending the video. It all helps. So all right, thanks. Bye.